And finally, as we wind up on the conversations, woo, Baha from Machachari. Who did it? Who didn't love Machachari? Like, Machachari was just a show.
Yeah.
It felt like you were a kid and you were growing up looking at other kids who are Kenyan, and you're like, yeah, but then I used to do that as well. Like, I do that as well. I could get trouble in that way as well. And Baha was that representation for all of us, and so we loved to watch that show. But at the same time, he did end up in a relationship with with Georgina. Oh, who's Carol? With Georgina and Jenga, and they now have a baby girl. And they are very, very young. They're still in their early 20s, right?
Yeah.
And for all honesty, a lot of people have come at them for that particular reason. They're like, why are you starting a family so young? You have so much time ahead of you. You have a lot going on. Focus on that first and then come back to your family. And so, unfortunately, Tyler has had to explain himself multiple times. And this is pretty much the same sentiment that has persisted. He said that... we all know his mom passed on in 2013. Unfortunately, rest her soul in peace, however. Now, when the mom passed away, Tyler said that he'd gone through a lot of pain and a lot of suffering, and he felt like there was a hole in his heart that has never been filled. And for that reason, he thought he needs to find family. And because he couldn't find family anywhere else, he had to create his own family, make his own little family in order for him to try and fill that hole that's like deep within him. And in his words, he said, let me find that. He said, this is my opinion. Guys, I am not telling people to calm down or to settle down. I made my name very, very early. I grew up and I started looking inside and I realized that I wanted to do things better and I wanted to change. And he's continued to say that the mom was very helpful with like pushing him in his career and all of that, and hence he made a name very early on. So he's been there. If it's work, he's been there, done that. If it's career, he decided pretty early that yeah, maybe he wanted to be a lawyer, but ultimately acting was more his calling, and so he settled with that. And he has made his money, so y'all don't be coming at him like you're too young, you need to go and make money. Boy made his money a long time ago. Y'all haven't, so y'all keep on your lane. So I completely agree with him. Like, if life doesn't have to have it's not a straight line.
Yeah.
Everyone's story is not the same. Simply because you went one way and it worked out for you doesn't mean that everyone else needs to follow suit.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest issue within our society. We all want to look the same. When someone is a deviant in a different way, or they stand out in a different way, we're all like, no, 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 no. Come back and do it this way, the way all of us did it, the way our parents did it, da da da. But I think he's doing very well.
Yeah.
They never have drama online. Have you noticed? They never have drama for a young guy, considering all of the other nonsense people we see on this internet, on these streets. They're very mature. So what is it we're trying to tell Tyler?
I feel like we should mind our business when it comes to Tyler and his relationship. He's doing really well. And I feel like I think as the millennials in the Kuendelea, we can't wrap our heads around how fast like the Gen Zs wanakuwa haraka. When we used to talk about Asia, then she would tell us, oh, I'm 21. And we would be like, you're lying. You're like, we can't fathom that people are wanaharakisha maisha zao sahi. They have more access. There's so much information out there. Wako na internet, wako na kila kitu. Wanakomaa haraka. So when someone like Asia was really young and she was already making so much money, her life would compare to a millennial who's like in their late 20s.
True.
So in kama tunafeel mbona yeye amesucceed mapema hivyo. It's the same with Tyler. He achieved success really early in his life.
True.
He's just like a Kylie. Kylie alipata mbona tuulizi Kylie mbona akona watoto wengi.
There we go.
Because if you have, what else are you waiting? Most of the time, most of us are waiting for the cash so that we're able to do the things that we want to do. So if he has the success and he has the money, what is he waiting for?
There is nothing.
Mbona lazima kukuwe na formula? Actually, the better. Because now when we're in our 40s and we're like, wait, Tyler's gonna be living it up.
Yeah.
He's gonna be living it up with his grown kids. So let the man be.
I agree. I think it's that we can't process. And when you said the Aziad story, like, I'm just like, even personally, I'm just like, God, she was young.
We're always saying, she's lying. She can't be... Girl, she just figured out her stuff early.
Pretty early.
And she had a plan and it's worked out. Can we just let it go? Yeah, tuache watu waishi.
And when you see people like, now that you brought up the Kardashians, when you see people like North, North on her socials, she's like fully doing her thing, and she's all of like 12, you know.
Yeah.
But, she's fully invested. She's doing her own makeup. She's doing her own hair. She's dressing up. She's doing all of these things
Yeah.
that we didn't get a chance to do until I didn't get a chance to do until I was in my like late 20s towards my
Yeah.
30s. And so every time I look at her and like, guys, she has so much access. It's almost like a jealous point of view. I'm like, why
It's
is she
the
getting all of
jealousy.
these things and I
Low-key,
didn't?
it's jealousy.
It really is envy and jealousy.
Yeah.
So sometimes we just like call yourself to like a small meeting and you're like,
Why am I bitter?
why? What is my problem?
Why am I bitter?
How can I improve myself first before I start casting stones and beating on people's children
Yeah, and we're
because
all
they have
victim of- That's why I really wanna say
Instagram?
vibaya. Because
Hey.
Selena was saying wako na rich kids niko like mbona hao
There we go.
washaanza kudrive
Pretty much.
na tumemaliza high school sahi.
Yeah.
Mbona
Mbona wao? Mbona si mimi?
she should wait till she's 25 to drive? No, it doesn't work
Oh,
like
the
that.
devil worshiper. Oh, madness. I love the fresh perspective that we're getting from Prashant. Do you agree with us that Baha is really genuinely he just made his money early and therefore let his life go as it goes? And we shall see so many others of these kinds of stories where people made it super early. People had money very, very early. Look at it this way. Did Diamond try and have kids before he started making his millions? But now isn't he Father Abraham? Now that he made a few millions. He is the father of all nations. Ask yourself those questions. And once you answer yourself, come back to us on 0777293666.